Hello friends, it's Ashley here. As many of you guys know, I am a undergraduate student at New York University Shanghai, and I post a lot of college related videos. Well, okay, not a lot recently. Anyway, I just want to kind of hop on and kind of give you guys a update on college and what I'll be doing in the fall. A lot of you guys have been asking me like, will I return back to campus, back to school this fall? I mean, the pandemic has been going on for a while now, so my plans have shifted quite a lot actually. I wanted to go back to Shanghai, so the pandemic has been handled very well in Shanghai, so the school was open in late April, and NYU Shanghai is ready to convene in-person classes for the fall. So I was betting on going back because the school sent us an email saying it will be most likely that we get to go, even though the borders are shut and you're not allowed to go technically. However, on July 15th, I believe it was like 3 days ago, the school sent us the final update about fall. And in that email, they basically stated that yes, you are allowed to come back to China with a sponsored letter from institutions that are approved by the Shanghai municipal government. However, you have to come back in groups because they can't allow this huge influx of international people to come back at the same time all at once. So the first group of people that will be coming back will be the freshmen and faculties. I've already talked to this with my friends already, but we do understand why the school is doing that because the first year experience is important. I get it, but at the same time I am a little disappointed, not gonna lie. Like, you know, it's like if you could get people back, like why can't you push harder? I don't know anything about bureaucracy, and I'm sure they tried to get people back, but I'm also a little surprised they wouldn't try harder for the seniors because the seniors need to do the capstones and graduate. But in the email indicated that you will eventually be able to come back because of the sponsored letter, but they are unable to say when you can come back, and this to me is like deja vu. So what happened last semester in the spring was COVID-19 started in Wuhan, China, and it spread rapidly, so I ended up going to the New York campus because it was safer at the time, because that was before the whole New York became the epicenter. And back then the school also sent us a few emails saying, hey, like we're gonna push back the start date, well, you guys can make it up over the weekends and have legislative days and schools go on. But then they kept pushing it back, the opening days, until China shut down its border. To me, it sounded like deja vu because last semester, a few of my friends who were international students, they actually wanted to go back and they were waiting it out until borders were shut and they were forced to just do online or ended up going to another campus. Because the school didn't say a specific date on when we can return, I decided I can't bet on that just because it's like what happened last semester. And they gave us 4 options. Option A, do online classes for the whole semester. Option 2, you can wait it out and try to come back once the second group of people can come in, which I assume will be seniors because it will only make sense that they get to come in and do their capstones. Me as a resident junior, it is unlikely that I'll be able to come back until maybe like October, November. However, no one knows, right? So, and then option C, which is going local, and I'm from Richmond, so my local option would either be DC or New York, I guess, or LA, just because, you know, it's in America. There will be blended classes, some in person, some remote. And because we got the email so late, like July 15th, the go local options, or the decisions for go local for like other people, they already went out like June. So like we're kind of fighting over whatever's left, like classes and dorms, and I don't even know if I live on campus. So it's kind of not very convenient for us. It's fine. It's fine. And then last option, option D, is you can take a leave of absence, which I was actually considering for the longest time. Like I was really considering taking a gap semester because first I didn't think it was worth it. I mean, like everyone, no one wants to go to school during this whole mess and paying like thousands of dollars for online courses when you can totally just take Course Hero or Coursera, like other online classes, for way cheaper, or like have a fulfilling like internship or something like that. You could do something meaningful with your time and not be in this whole mess basically. It's like a way out, or financial burdens, which is definitely a huge concern for everyone. And after talking to my mom for like literally forever, we ended up deciding that I would not be returning. Well, I can't return, they won't let me in. We ended up deciding that I will be going to New York for the fall for go local. Now, of course, this is not according to anyone's plan, and of course I'm still looking through classes. I don't have any class registered as of now. I only have Shanghai classes because I registered for Shanghai courses. But I need to graduate, and I really thought about it, and there were a lot of factors that weighed into this whole situation, I guess. And one big part of it is because recently I won a scholarship to study abroad in Abu Dhabi for 2021, and the program start date is January 25th, I believe, which means let's say I go back to Shanghai and then I have to quarantine for 14 days, and then I will come back for Christmas during like December. It might be difficult for me to return because I'm not a Chinese citizen, I'm a US citizen, so like US-China relations are super tense right now, so it is risky for me to go back, especially if I go back in the halfway through the semester and then quarantine and then have to catch up in all my classes halfway through the semester and transition from online course to in-person class. I just don't think it's worth the fuss, and there's no certain date that the school told us at all, so I can't bet on it. It's the best option for me because I'm still planning to study away in Abu Dhabi next semester, or else I don't get the scholarship because I'm supposed to go and then take classes there and then come back and do the follow-up service project. So for me to be able to execute my plans, even though you really can't plan shit in this day and age, I would want to stay closer to home. So if anything does happen again, if New York becomes the epicenter again, I could still come home easily, or I guess easier than if I were to be in China. And also because my mom, she was 100% against me going back, which there were a lot of other reasons as well, with the political scene and also just floods apparently, and there's some plagues. I mean, there's it's a lot, and I'm not saying that like, oh, like people who decided, I mean, also like international travel at this time is just not recommended at all. And originally I really wanted to go back, but first the school said no, you can't come back. Well, they said you can't come back yet, and they don't have a date for us to go back, so I can't just do that anymore. And my decision is to go to the New York campus, and I would not only be doing just classes, most of my classes will be blended. At least the ones I'm looking at right now. Blended means half like in person and a half online. I don't know exactly how that's gonna work, but it's gonna be according to the professor and the class itself. But I'll be taking some web design classes and business classes that would be easier to do an online format with help if needed. Like I could definitely just stay home and do option A and take classes, but for me personally, I chose not to do that because after this whole summer, well, this past semester being like home and being home, still doing my everything remotely, quarantine everything, it really took a toll on my mental health, and I need social interactions. I'm literally paying like thousands of dollars to get social interactions for the fall, which is kind of sad, but you know, it's the reality I guess. But also I will be doing a internship in New York. It could be remote, I'm not sure exactly what, but I'm looking for some internships right now. So if I were to go to New York, it wouldn't be like I just take classes. I will also try to do something fulfilling that's worth my time paying for the dorms or off-campus housing, which I'm also considering because I don't think they have rooms for everyone, but I did hear that they bought 3 new hotels, which NYU, by the way. So that is my fall 2020 college update. I really talked this out with a lot of friends and family, and I've came to my conclusion, which I know is very privileged because a lot of my international student friends who are not based in the US or a close site for them to go local, for example, like if you're based in Europe, you could choose to go to a European site if everything works out, and a lot of them, they don't have an option other than waiting it out or taking all online classes again because a lot of them did last semester, or just take a leave of absence. So I know that I'm in a very privileged position to be making this video. I'm hoping everything works out. Oh my god, by the way, my mom bought me a face shield for when I go to New York, and I hope you guys are doing well as well. Stay safe, wear masks, and I think I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.